called the voice of his generation, the poet laureate of the neocon beats, a troubadour with a shotgun. But just how did this son of the American prairie rise to geopolitical rock stardom? Tonight we take a look behind the music of Dick Cheney. Richard Felton Ferlin Purvis Richard Cheney was born in 1941 in Lincoln, Nebraska. The son of Marjorie and Dick Cheney Sr., the family soon moved to Casper, Wyoming, where his father sought his fortune as a prairie dog vacuum operator. But young Dick dreamed of a life beyond the varmint holes of Casper. To occupy their restless and precocious son, his parents bought him a guitar from the Montgomery Ward's catalog, along with a 12-gauge shotgun. He named them Lulubelle and Boomy, and the three were soon inseparable.
Oh, I remember as if it were yesterday. Oh, Dick used to practice and practice on that guitar of his. And when the guitar missed a note, well, Dick would go get his shotgun and point it at the guitar and say, "Try again." It always worked.
With his new shotgun-honed guitar skills, Dick formed a series of rock and roll bands during high school. There were the Prairie Dogs, the Vacuum Tones, and Shotgun Dick and the Cheney Wrights. None met with much success.
We tried to get some sock hop gigs, but there were only about 40 teenagers in Wyoming. Well, most of them were in Dick Cheney's bands, or they were just afraid of, you know.
One Wyoming teenager who wasn't afraid was Lynn Vincent, a perky Natrona High cheerleader who saw in Dick Cheney the makings of a new shotgun-fueled folk rock sound that would revolutionize the turbulent 1960s. She convinced him to take his solo act to the beat coffee houses and gun ranges of the University of Wyoming, where he scored an early regional hit with 30-06.
What kind of round must a man fire off before you can call him a man? The answer, my friend, is 30-06. The answer is 30-06.
Buoyed by the success of that first single, Cheney and new wife Lynn made the fateful decision to leave Wyoming and strike out for folk rock stardom in Greenwich Village. But he found a cold reception in the beatnik Mecca and was turned down for gigs at top folk clubs like the Bottom End, the Village Dump, and the Macrame Factory. Just as things looked bleakest, he went to Bleecker Street and stumbled upon Hootenanny Night at Norm's Goatee.
Nobody knew what to think of this guy. I mean, straight off the turnip truck from Wyoming with the whole shotgun shtick. I figured, fair, what the hell, let him sing. Then he becomes the biggest sensation in the whole village. Who knew?
Word of the mysterious gun-slinging troubadour from the West spread like a prairie wildfire. And soon crowds were lining the block to pack Norm's tiny main room.
That's when I added the 3-drink minimum. Ka-ching!
By the summer of '65, Dick Cheney was the hottest act in the village. Audiences came for the shotgun, but stayed for the sensitive lyricist who provided the soundtrack for the anti-communist generation. In October of '66, he recorded what would become their anthem, Like an I.F. Stone.
How does it feel? How does it feel on the phone to a Moscow zone like an IF stone.
Cheney was not one to rest on his musical laurels, however. In '67, he shocked his early fans by plugging in and turning on for the infamous Cheney Goes Electric tour, dropping his acoustic guitar and shotgun in favor of a Stratocaster and psychedelic laser cannon. It all came to a shocking end at the '68 Monterey Neocon Festival.
It was some crazy ass shit, man. Now, Hendrix had just lit his guitar on fire. So Cheney's all like, I gotta one-up that dude. So in the middle of his set, he puts his guitar down on the stage and he calls in an airstrike.
The hard rock crowd loved the guitar vaporizing theatrics, but it alienated longtime fans accustomed to a gentler acoustic shotgun sound. It became increasingly difficult to find concrete fortified concert venues. Disillusioned, he and Lynn moved to Oregon and started an anti-communist ashram.
It is the teaching of Maharishi Cheney that there is but one peace, the peace of superior firepower.
Cheney's exile would not last long, however. An early fan from his days at Norm's Goatee, Richard Nixon, signed him to play his '69 inauguration comeback special, and the rest is history. Throughout the years, Dick Cheney adapted his music to the times, earning new generations of fans eager to spread his message of peace through superior firepower. What's next for this ever-changing chameleon of the geopolitical pop scene? Thanks to advances in cyborg technology, scientists now say that countless generations can look forward to meeting Dick Cheney, the man behind the music.